you ready to crumble? In this corner, we have a classic apple crumble. It's a true heavyweight, and it's got a killer right hook to your taste buds. It's vegan, it's gluten-free, and it's gonna be #1 in your stomach. And in the other corner, we have the other guys with way too much sugar, dairy, and pure concentrated gluten. On a serious note, I have been making this apple crisp for probably close to 7 years. It is just one of those desserts that totally defines the fall season for me. It's filled with juicy, sweet, and spiced apples, and it has the most perfectly crispy, crumbly topping. It's easy, it's quick, and it turns out perfect every time. So let's just get right into it. All right, let's make my favorite fall dessert. Apple crumble, seriously, is just the best. You only need a handful of ingredients that you likely already have. We're gonna start off with the apple filling. So I'm chopping up some ambrosia apples. Now you can use any apple you like. If you want a little bit of sweet, a little bit of tart, maybe throw in some Granny Smith apples there. But we're just gonna cube them up. I'm leaving the skins on. I seriously don't see why I need to peel them because it adds more fiber and nutrition, and yeah, that's just how I roll. Next, we're gonna add a pretty generous amount of vanilla extract right into the same bowl with the apples, plus some cinnamon. And then for a liquid sweetener, just to make the filling a little bit more saucy, we're gonna add some maple syrup, and then some lemon juice to help bring out the sweetness and the flavors of the apples. And then to help sweeten things up just a little bit extra, we're gonna add some brown sugar and cornstarch. Now you can use coconut sugar if you like. It's just gonna render a slightly less sweet flavor, and that is a-okay. It's still delicious. Give that all a good stir until everything is well combined, and we're gonna set that aside for a few moments to let those apples macerate and release some of their juices. Moving on to the crumble topping, in a bowl of food processor, you're gonna add some oat flour and almond flour, and then you're gonna add some brown sugar. Again, you can totally use coconut sugar if you please. And then for some spices, we're gonna add cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, cloves, and a little bit of salt. Snap the lid on, and we're just gonna whiz that up a few times until all those ingredients are just well combined. Then we're gonna add in some vegan butter. Now you totally can use any kind of nut butter if you want to make this a slightly lower calorie dessert. Just keep in mind that this will render a slightly less crispy crumble topping, but it is still just as delicious. It gives it actually a totally different flavor, which I happen to love. Pulse it a few times until the butter has broken up into kind of little chunks like you see here. And then we're just going to pulse in some rolled oats. Now this is something we want to just pulse in. We don't want to break down the oats. We just want them to be pretty much just combined. Now we have some sort of lumpy crumble type situation here. We're going to just quickly grab our pie plate. We're gonna butter it up, grease it up with whatever you like. You could use cooking spray, you could use margarine. Then we're gonna dump in those nice juicy apples, and then we're just gonna smooth that out until it's sort of in an even-ish layer. And then for that crumble, we're just going to use our hands and break up any large chunks, which I happen to have a lot of, which is fine. Just break them up into smaller little bits and pieces like you can see here until it kind of resembles a crumble topping, and then bake that in the oven for about half hour, 40 minutes or so until it is golden. It is perfectly crisped around the edges, and oh my gosh, your house is gonna smell freaking amazing, let me just say. The insides bubbled up so nice, it kind of caramelized, and it's super saucy, and oh my god, just look at that, just look. It is so beautiful. This is such a lovely, warming, sweet treat. The crunchy topping just pairs so nicely with the soft, gooey apple insides. And of course, this serves up beautifully with a scoop of vegan vanilla ice cream, or even just a little bit of yogurt on top is also a lovely, healthier alternative. But hey, we don't always have to be healthy. We can just eat stuff because it tastes delicious. If you guys want to see more recipes just like this one, let me know in a comment down below. And make sure you give this video a big thumbs up while you're at it. I've got lots more delicious fall dessert recipes hitting the channel very soon, so make sure you're subscribed below so you don't miss out on anything awesome in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next one. Bye!